Broadcasting live at Ron's Pizza on South Main Bell Fountain and at PeakofOhioTV.com, it's time for Chalk Talk. Here's your host, Tyler Avila.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to Chalk Talk here at PeakofOhioTV.com. I'm Tyler Avila. We got a great show lined up here for you this evening. We'll talk some volleyball with Calvary Christian and cross country with the West Liberty-Salem boys and girls teams. That'll be coming up here a little bit later on the show. You can come on out to Ron's and dine in. South Main Bell Fountain, or call 292-7775 for pickup or delivery. Our first guest is Coach Cook from Calvary Christian's volleyball team. Coach, thanks for coming out tonight. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
So how long you been the coach out there at Calvary?
So this is my 9th year, so 6 years with as head coach for varsity.
6th as the head coach. So 9 years in total. When everything opened up, why'd you take the job? What led to you being where you are now?
Well, my daughter played, and they needed a coach.
Okay, fair enough.
That's how I started.
Well, was this like your first coaching gig, or did you have some experience beforehand?
Nope, this was my first coaching gig.
Okay,
Yep.
So that first year, how much have you seen yourself grow as a coach from then to where you are now?
Definitely a lot. Yeah, I played in high school, but we had different coaches every year too. So,
right.
So yeah, it's been a lot to learn, but I've enjoyed it. Done a lot of studying on my own and figuring it out and getting training. So yeah.
Who would you say throughout these last 9 years have maybe been a big influence on you, maybe to help you out, guide you along the way? I know you said you did a lot of studying on your own, but was there anybody that was out there helping you maybe?
Well, we had Randy Schmidt in town. He helped us a little bit, and then also Randy Klein from Elite Volleyball Training Center.
Okay.
He's come and done our camp several times and been willing to talk with us and work with us and encourage us as coaches. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I understand now the boys will have volleyball too. So will you be coaching that as well in the spring?
No, but they are super pumped. They are ready.
Oh, I bet. So just having that option now for the boys out there at Calvary, what does that mean to you to see more volleyball be partaken there at the school?
Well, it's awesome because the boys always want to come play with us anyway. So I'm glad that they will get their chance and learn how to hit correctly.
Right. Yes. Yes. So looking at it this year, the girls had a pretty good year, went 14-8 overall. You were actually in the OHSA tournament for the first time, correct?
We were, yeah.
So what was that experience like, again, being a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association? Because with Calvary being a Christian school, they're not necessarily part of it until this year.
Right. This is our first year joining it. So it was a lot of fun. The girls didn't know what to expect. It was a big gym for us. Yeah. So I think it was a little overwhelming, but they started a little wishy-washy, but they finished well. Yeah.
Now looking at it, you guys played Franklin Monroe in your first tournament game. Unfortunately, lost in straight sets, but just taking that and having that under your belt, first year, it's done. Now you kind of know what to expect. What did you learn, or what did the team learn with that experience?
I think they learned that. Not to be scared, that it's the same size court and it's just girls like them playing on the other side of the net. Yeah. So I think that was probably the biggest thing, is just realizing that it's still just a game like they played before.
Looking at the roster, you guys have a lot of upperclassmen playing on the varsity side of things. 5 seniors, I do believe, correct?
Right.
And then looking at it, looks like a total about 5 juniors. Overall.
Yeah.
So having that experience, I know you're going to lose some experience heading into next season, but just seeing these girls grow and having that experience, how did that help the team this year?
Well, we had the best mental toughness this year that I've ever had coaching. I think the girls, they not only had the skill, but they just had the ability to stay, we always say calm but fierce, throughout the whole set, versus starting well in the first couple sets and shrinking back. They knew how to stay strong throughout the whole set.
So even though the OHSA tournament draw or your game didn't go your way, you were still in the OVCC tournament.
Right.
Was it the semifinals that you guys lost in? Or
Right.
was it? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
So-
we were able to be North champs.
Okay.
But then, the game before the championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was correct in that. But it seemed like it was a pretty tight game though with Spring Valley. Talk about how things shook down with that, and then your overall thoughts on the season.
Yeah. The thing that got us on that was our serve receive.
Yeah.
We gave up 21 points on serve receive, and we didn't lose by that many.
Right.
On any of those sets, through the whole thing. So that was our biggest deal. And I know I've talked to a lot of coaches, like, tell me your secrets on serve receive. And they're like, well, we'll let you know when we find them, because it just depends on the night sometimes. But that's our biggest thing was serve receive. But they did seem to, like I said, they have mental toughness. They kept their heads in the game, and they finished strong. So, yeah.
Who would you say was one of your leaders? I mean, maybe not just one, but who would you say were the leaders out there on the court this year for you?
I would say probably between Abby Jenkins, Isabel Schmidt, and Ruby Slemons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do those three have that leadership quality?
Abby and Isabel were our captains this year, and
Okay.
they're both seniors and both love the game and love their team. And so I think they took that seriously as captains. And then Ruby Slemons was our setter, and one of our main setters, along with Lucy Jarvis. But Ruby just has a good way of commanding the court as well.
Okay. So what does the off season look like? Because I know you guys wrapped up last week. So what do things look like for you as the coach as you start this off season process?
So next week we have an all-star game with OVCC. So we get to go back to Spring Valley and play that, the North versus South. And so that's kind of fun. We had 5 of our girls get voted for that. So it was Abby Jenkins, Isabel Schmidt, Madeline Trichu. I'm trying to think who else. I think Lucy Jarvis. I think I had one more, but so they all got voted, and we get to go do that. And then typically, a lot of these girls, Abby Jenkins, she's going to be doing beach volleyball. She loves volleyball, so she's going to be doing that training. And then a lot of these girls work or do whatever until open gyms in the summer.
I get it. I mean, they have other sports. You got basketball coming up here. That'll be starting soon, and then track or softball or whatever it is. They're in the spring, so I completely understand that. You have a big group here with you tonight. Who do you have? And as we introduce them, we'll start bringing them up here.
Okay. So you want me to grab them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. So this is Isabel Schmidt. She's a senior. She was our one of our middles. This is Ruby Slemons. She was our one of our main setters. And this is Abby Jenkins. She's an outside hitter. This is Lucy. She was one of our setters. And this is Julie Childers, and she was one of our defense specialists.
All right, well, let's start with Abby. Is Abby here?
She is.
All right, let's start with Abby.
Middle girl.
All right, I'm going to have you take the headset off, and we'll give it to Abby.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, Abby, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. And you're a junior or senior?
I'm a senior.
Senior. All right. So being a senior on this team and playing the last 4 years of volleyball, what's one thing you're taking away from your career?
I would say that I'm learning that hard work, you have to put in hard work to get better. Like, you aren't going to get better by just going through the motions and showing up to practice. You have to put in the extra effort, and anyone can be really good if you just put in the hard work for it.
So Calvary was able to play in the OHSA tournament. You guys joined the OHSAA this year. What was that experience like, playing in your first state tournament game, I guess?
It was interesting. It was good for us, but we have a lot of growing to do. I'm excited to see what they do in the years to come.
So being a senior, you got a lot of underclassmen under you. What was some maybe words of encouragement, words of advice that you left with those underclassmen?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That you the words of advice or encouragement that you left with the underclassmen?
I would say, again, just hard work and encouraging each other. Encouragement goes a long way with your teammates, so just continue to encourage one another.
I know we're getting closer to the start of the winter sports season. We're already in November. May and everything's still pretty far away, but is there any plans for you once graduation rolls around and you're all said and done with high school?
Yeah, I want to go to college. I'm not sure exactly where. The choices are like South Carolina, Arizona, or maybe just community college here, but I'm not sure yet, but I want to go to college somewhere.
All right, Abby, thank you.
Yep.
Let's go to Isabel. I'm going to have you, Abby, and Isabel switch spots, if that's okay. All right. Isabel, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm all right. So what's it like being a part of this team? I know you're a senior, and everything is all said and done with volleyball, but how are things going with you?
Things are going really good. I'm definitely going to miss, now that the season's over, definitely going to miss the sense of teamwork that we all have and the sense of togetherness and just being together and going to practices and games. So it's been hard with the season coming to an end, but I think it's a good step.
What's one thing you're taking away from this year?
I think I'm really taking away teamwork and being able to work with other people who you don't always necessarily agree with, or you don't always necessarily see eye to eye with, and just being able to work past that and just being able to really have a sense of teamwork and working with others.
What's it like having a coach like Coach Cook?
Oh, she's amazing. I love her so much.
She was very fearful with that question. I saw it in her face.
What do you mean? I love her so much. She's coached me for all 4 years of high school, and I've known her for years before that. Yeah, I feel like she does a really good job connecting with the players on a personal level and on a level when it comes to just coach and player.
Okay. You girls went 14-8 this year. I know the OHSA tournament run didn't quite go as you expected, losing in the first round, and then with the OVCC tournament losing in the semifinals. But just overall, how would you say the girls performed this year?
I think we did really, really good. We stepped it up from years past. I think this is one of the best teams that we've had so far, and I think it can only go up from here. I think next year they're really going to be able to take the challenge and go all the way. It's going to be amazing to watch and see them grow, but I think this year we really stepped it up and did amazing.
Well, what's next for you?
So I'm going to graduate, and I'm actually moving out to Phoenix, Arizona, and going to Grand Canyon University to study forensic psychology.
Whoa. Why forensic psychology?
I love learning about the brain and being able to apply that in a sense where I can take a challenge or find an open or a cold case and be able to look at it through the way that it would be analyzed through a psychological viewpoint.
Interesting. Why that field? Like, I mean, you talked about just it being a challenge and very interesting to you, but like, what led you to decide this is what I want to do?
So it's actually a really funny story. Since I was 12 years old, I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Okay.
Up until the middle of my junior year, I was having a conversation in a parking lot, and it was like a 10-minute conversation, and I was like, I don't want to do this with my life anymore. So I was freaking out the whole rest of the day, and then my chemistry teacher actually spent a whole day talking about the way different neurons move throughout, like from your brain to different parts of your body, and then she moved on to how that affects your personality. So I really started looking into neuropsychology, and then actually I got into the show Law and Order, and I saw their forensic psychologist, and so I started doing research on that, and I realized that it is a real thing, and it pays pretty well. So I got into that.
Interesting. All right. Well, good luck with that. That sounds like a lot of science that I'm not, that sounds hard for me. My goodness. All right, Isabel, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Ruby. Ruby, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Now, you're a junior, right? Or a senior?
I'm a junior.
Junior. All right. So you got one more year left. So what's it like? 5 seniors on this team. What was it like having them as teammates?
Oh, it was great. I grew really close to the seniors this year, and it was just really nice having a good friendship with them.
Talk about the season. What led to you girls' success on the court?
This year, we were just very bonded together. We were all just such good teammates to each other, and just we really cared about each other.
Talk about your guys' first OHSA tournament game there with, I believe, Franklin Monroe. Talk about how all that went. I know you guys weren't on the winning side of things, but just the experience overall, what was that like?
It was a really good experience. Like Abby said, we definitely have a lot of growing to do, but for the first time ever doing that, I think we did a pretty good job.
So how important is it to you to have this under your belt now, especially with you being a junior and having one more year left of volleyball to, all right, we know what we can do. I know there's going to be tougher competition with this, but how are you going to use that to help you guys get better next year?
Yeah, I think just that experience, we can definitely use it. I think that just knowing that we have the ability to play against those bigger schools, we definitely can just have the confidence next year.
All right, Ruby, thank you so much. Let's go to Julie. Julie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. So, junior or senior?
Senior.
Senior. All right, I want to make sure. All right, being a senior, how long have you been playing volleyball?
Since 6th grade year.
6th grade. All right, so 6 years now. How much have you seen yourself grow?
Through these last 6 years. And my audio went out. He's fixing that.
Okay. I'd say from going from junior high to high school, like a lot of things have changed, and I've grown a lot, like with just coaches and everything and teammates, and it's been really helpful.
So how much with that change and everything going on from junior high to high school, how much of you think that helps you improve?
Well, going from junior high is way different from high school because you have better competition and everything changes.
Is it good? I can't hear anything.
I can't either.
Can you hear me? No? I can hear you. Well, I can't hear anything. Gotta love live stuff with technical difficulties. All right. All right. Sorry, Julie, about that.
It's okay.
Overall, how would you say your senior year went?
It went really well. The team chemistry was awesome, and I really enjoyed it.
What's one thing you're going to take away from your volleyball experience at Calvary?
That people are, it's bigger than, no, hold on.
You're fine.
There's more to the sport than just like playing. Like your team's there, and I'm going to take out of that from the people, I guess.
All right, Julie, thank you. No, I cannot hear. All right, last but not least, is it Lucy? All right, Lucy. All right, Lucy, I'm going to have you stand in the middle.
Okay.
And be a little close to me, just so I can hear you.
Okay.
As long as they can hear us, that's I guess that's all that matters.
Sounds good.
So what grade are you in? Senior?
Senior, yeah.
Senior, okay. So throughout your senior season, how would you say everything went for you?
I think it was probably my best year. I enjoyed it a lot. The team, like the whole bond that we had all together, it was my favorite team, I think, and I love them all so much. It was a great season.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. So why is that, though? Like you said, probably the best team you've been a part of. Why is that? Is it because of that bond? Like, how did that bond build?
Well, we all just connected, and like we outside of the sport itself, we were all like talking, and we'd encourage each other. Even in the school hallways at school, we'd be like talking and waving at each other. Even that just helped a lot as we went. And then we all like played so well together. Mm-hmm. Like it worked. It was really good.
Awesome. So what's one thing you're going to take away from not just your senior year, but just being with Coach Cook, with the girls throughout your high school career? What are you going to take away from the volleyball team?
Probably that having the people that you surround yourself with in life matters a lot, and that if you put yourself with good people, like it's just the people you surround with, it matters a lot. And
okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a twofold question. What's next for you for the rest of senior year, and then what are your plans after senior year?
Like for the rest of the senior year too?
Yeah. So like in sports, classes, or what are you looking forward to before it's all said and done?
I'm just looking I don't have much going on other than school itself, but I'm just looking forward to spending my last year I got with these girls and everything. And then after high school, I'm probably going to be going to college and going into film, but the college itself is undecided.
Why film?
My mom is a photographer and a videographer, so that's impacted me a lot, and I've always just found it as a really interesting field, and it's always exciting to me. So
Awesome. That's
yeah.
cool, Lucy. All right, girls, thank you so much. Congrats on a great year, and thanks for coming out again.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Calvary Volleyball here on Chalk Talk, live at PeakofOhioTV.com. I'm going to have you girls stay right here really quick as I'm heading to break. We'll be back, talk some cross country with the West Liberty-Salem boys team and their head coach, Mike Loudon. That's next here on Chalk Talk, live at PeakofOhioTV.com.
Hello, Benjamin Logan community. I'm Deputy Rick Herring. Along with my colleagues, Deputies Matt Robinson and Neil Rhodes, I'm very excited to be a part of the new day here at Benjamin Logan. The three of us have been entrusted with helping keep your children safe, and it's a responsibility we all take seriously. The year is off to a great start, so let's keep it going. Be kind, be safe, and be proud to be a Raider.
Benjamin Logan, more than a school, a community.
I know, nothing.
Right now, yeah, I hear it. I hear it. I hear me. Now I can't. Oh, wait. There we go. I can still hear me. I can still. But is it coming out over the video?
With the phone line switch on, you hear you, but it sounds like.
The weekend should be for relaxing, and that means no cooking. Check out what's hot at Ron's Pizza in Bell Fountain. On top of pizzas, they have subs, sandwiches, salads, and lots of sides like breadsticks, garlic cheese bread, pickle chips, beer battered onion rings, loaded fries, and more. Check out a specialty pizza this weekend. Ron's Pizza is ready to cook for you. Call 292-7775 or stop by and dine in on South Main Bell Fountain. See more and a menu online at Ron's Pizza's Facebook page.
All right, I'm going to take this off just so you can hear. Hello, check, mic check 2. Check 2, 3. Check, check, check. Nothing? You can't hear me at all now? Check 2, mic check 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello, hello. Nothing. I'm in pot 2. I'm in the middle one. Check, check, check. Mic check 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello.
Oh, no, you're fine. Been there, done that.
We've been having issues really last week with this, at least with the sound. Check 2, mic check 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello. Hey, Latrell, can you hear me? Check 2, mic check 2, 3, 4. Barely. You got me turned down on there? Check, check, check. Mic check 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello. We're good? All right, we're back here on Chalk Talk, live at PeakofOhioTV.com. Oh, you gotta love technical difficulties, man. I am now joined along with the boys team from West Liberty-Salem and their head coach, Mike Loudon. Coach, we had you on a couple weeks ago. We were talking about, I believe, the regional meet.
It was post-district.
Heading into regionals. Talk about the race, how everything went, and then obviously going to state.
The last few weeks, starting with conference, and then obviously the district meet, getting a district title, and then we had a really good week last week. Despite having a lot of illness, we had a lot of illness run through the team. In fact, we ran last week without our number 2 runner at the regional.
Really?
And still was able to get a regional runner-up despite being down a guy and having a couple other guys that were under the weather running as well. So
my goodness. Yeah, I talked to Ann over the weekend. I think it was Sunday when we got you guys booked for the show, and she was saying that just the school in general, there was a lot of illness that was coursing through. So knowing that, what was your thought process heading into that meet, trying to prepare, like, okay, who's going to be able to run, who's not running, how are we going to get out?
Well, that's why we've been practicing for the last few weeks with 11 to 13 guys. That's where our depth this season's been huge.
Yeah.
So we knew if we had a guy or two out, I mean, obviously it's hard to replace our number 2 guy.
Right.
But our 8, 9, 10, 11 guys are pretty stinking good to where they can step in and still contribute and move us on in the postseason.
So I was looking at the stats when you sent them in, and it's very impressive. So second consecutive year finishing regional runner-up, fifth consecutive trip to state.
Correct.
Also marks the program's 21st state appearance. Like, what is it with this program just having all the success that it's had really throughout these last 20 years?
Well, this is my 17th year of coaching, and the culture's there. The culture. These kids just, I put a quote in not too long, iron sharpens iron, and that's what these guys are doing. The freshmen come in, and they want to better the sophomores. Sophomores want to better juniors and seniors, and it's just that competitive edge from seniors down to freshmen. Even our junior high program this year was amazing. So, I mean, the future looks bright in that aspect as well. So.
Oh, for sure. And it has to do with just coaches who love the sport and are very knowledgeable. I mean, you got Coach Locke down there at the middle school level, correct?
Yeah, overqualified to be a junior high coach. It really is. I mean, he could be a collegiate level coach, let alone being a junior high coach. So, I mean, you combine the coaches that we have, the culture that we have, along with just the family-oriented team that we have. I mean, these guys love each other. They love to hang out. They love to be with each other. I mean, there's always jokes being cracked. It's just, it's a legit family. And people kind of maybe laugh at it. I don't think it's true, but I mean, these guys, they love it.
They do.
They eat and breathe it. They run 365 days a year, and they don't question it. They just do it, and that's what makes them really good.
So just knowing that as a coach and knowing that you have a team that's going to buy into what you want to be done, and they really get along with everybody, how does that help you coach through the season?
Oh, it makes it easy. We can do things a little differently. You know, instead of begging kids or trying to get kids, you're trying to convince them or maybe almost trick them to doing certain things.
Yeah.
They just buy on, so we're able to layer on. And when they're building their mileage like they do year-rounds, it allows us to expand on our workouts and to try some different things that we might not try if I had a younger, inexperienced guys. And with these guys, you know, as soon as this is over, a lot of them are going to do indoor, and then all of them do outdoor, and then we build right into starting June, in the middle of June. So there's no downtime. So.
No, there's not. That's the one thing that I kind of enjoy about just the running sport in general, because it's just year-round. Mm-hmm. There's, like you said, there's no downtime. You give them a break here and there, but it's never anything anything that's going to hinder them.
And if you want to be good, you have to. That's the main thing. If you want to be good, you have to be consistent.
Exactly.
Almost year-round, minus those couple week breaks after each season.
So looking at it, how are the Tigers stacking up this weekend at the state meet?
Going in, this is the best position we've been in 17 years of coaching. Probably maybe the best position the program's been in to finish top 3, top 4, top 5.
Okay.
Our best, we finished 6th last year in D2. Our best finish since the state championship team in '79, the '88 team finished 5th. So that's kind of a goal of ours, is to better last year, plus that '88 team. And if we could say we're the best finishing team since '79, that would be a pretty cool accomplishment.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Who would you say team-wise would be your guys' biggest competition?
Going in, the 1 and 2 seeds, which they've been ranked pretty much 1 and 2 all year, is Ottawa Hills and Mount Gilead.
Okay.
And then after that, us and Summit Country Day, Lincoln View, Maplewood, those are all teams that are probably going to be vying for those 3 through 6 spots.
Interesting.
Even Balkans. So.
Okay. So let's talk to the guys. I know we kind of had some technical difficulties that kind of hindered time-wise, but I want to talk to the runners, the ones who want to talk. You all don't have to talk, but if you want to, more than welcome to.
We'll start with junior Joey LaRock.
Joey, all right. Joey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So being a junior, what's some things that you've learned leading up to this point in your career as a runner?
I mean, mostly just about how much the sport really takes to be good enough to, especially with this program, to be like on varsity.
Mm-hmm.
Like the amount of effort you have to put in, not only at practice, but outside of practice, and the amount of dedication and effort that it takes to be good at this sport.
So what does it mean to have a very big team, having a lot of depth, and that depth really shined and helped you guys last week at the regional meet? Because, I mean, you look at some teams around here, there's just enough for maybe a varsity for top 7, right? You guys have almost double that, maybe a little bit more than double that.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to have a big group of guys that is bought into this program?
I mean, in the postseason, a lot of guys that aren't on varsity start to like taper off and don't really practice with us as much. But when we have so many guys that have the potential to run in the postseason, they
Yeah.
all stick with us throughout the postseason, like in practices, and we continue to practice and get closer to each other, and the bond continues to grow continuously, and it's just a lot of fun with having so many guys.
Looking at it, you placed third for the team at the regional meet, 20th overall with a 17-16. Talk about your race. So were you happy with how you finished?
I was very happy with how I finished. On the team, being third on the team, even without the second runner, I would be fourth if he ran. But I mean, I was just super unexpected, to be honest. Like, I've been finishing 6th and 7th, sometimes 5th, but to finish third, I mean, it made me super happy, and I'm proud of everybody else as well. And as a team, I think we did really good as well.
What's this week of practice been like heading into the state meet this weekend?
It's been pretty laid back. I think we're all really excited. You can tell with how people have been acting. But the workouts have been pretty chill because we don't want to overwork ourselves before this big meet. So,
what's your goal for this weekend?
It's hard to tell. I've beaten one of my teammates, Dylan King. I've beaten him one time this year in a cross-country race, and I just want to beat him again because we had a really good race last time, and I just edged him out at the very end. So,
all right. Joey, thank you and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Who's next?
Sophomore astronauts. He was the one that didn't race this past weekend.
All right.
So these are two.
Asher, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. You feeling better?
Yes.
Good.
Much better.
Good.
Yep.
Glad to hear. So, okay, you're heading into the regional meet. You're under the weather, not racing. What was your thought process like in trying to help these guys or kind of root from afar? 'Cause I'm not. Did you go to the meet?
Yes. I went and cheered on the guys. They did an amazing job. They really. I think I was a great encourager. I went to the starting line. The guys did great without me.
Well, that's glad to hear. Also, kind of maybe a little scary for you in a sense where your position is as well. So,
Yeah.
just what was your thought process like of sitting out a big-time race like this with a chance at the state meet on the line?
There was a little bit disappointment. Like I wanted to be an individual qualifier. I was going to get about what I should have got at OHC. OHC, I was still under the weather, but overall, I knew that the rest was going to be what I needed, and I knew that I could pretty much trust most of the guys on the team to do what they needed, and there were guys who needed to step up, and I think they did an amazing job at stepping up Saturday.
Being a sophomore on this team, this is going to be your second trip to a state meet. What's it like being a part of this culture, being a part of this team that you can never count out a long postseason run?
Yeah, I think that I enjoy being top 7 with the team. We encourage each other well. We work hard. Like Joey was saying, how laid back the practices have been. But we enjoy ourselves, and I think we always are still looking forward at being a little bit serious and making sure we're down to business easily.
Goals for this weekend?
I think I would like to break 16:45. I would like to make sure I'm number 2 runner again, and there are a little bit more. Like, I would love to be All-Ohioan, top 30. That's been a goal that I would like to achieve this year, but it is going to be difficult, and the sickness definitely hasn't helped, but we'll really see how it turns out, because I think that I can push through it and work hard enough to be close, at least.
Looking at it, Coach, what time do the boys run?
11
a.m.? All right, so I was kind of looking at the weather a little bit earlier. It doesn't look like it's going to be too bad for you. No. So knowing the weather, what does that mean for you? Just because it's supposed to rain later in that day, too.
Yeah, a little bit of wind, a little bit. There is there's going to be a little bit of wind. But regionals was cool. There was some sun. So we've been through a lot of different weather this whole season, and I don't think that there was any meet particular that we struggled in that type of weather. I think that our guys won't really have a problem. There might be some sun. Regionals, there was sun. OHC and districts, there was some sun.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, Asher, thank you and good
Thank you.
luck. All right, Coach. Well, one more. One time for one more. Troy? All right, Troy, how are you?
Good.
Good. Looking at it, you ran a 17:34 there at the regional meet. Talk about your race and what do you think about it?
I mean, just to be a part of the top 7 going into regionals. I was there last year, about the same spot this year. I'd like to finish better, but without having the track season this year, I've seen some struggles and I haven't quite been where I've wanted to. But
okay.
I would say the race on Saturday was solid. It was a bounce back from districts.
What did you run in districts?
17:43.
Okay, so about roughly 9 seconds off that time. Heading into that race, you were down your number 2 runner. A lot of sickness was going through the school and through the team. What was your thought process before the gun fired and the race started?
Prove that we were a team to make it to state, and I had faith in all the guys that ran. I had faith in myself.
Yeah. What's it like being a part of a team that's made its fifth consecutive trip to state and the 21st appearance overall?
It feels good to keep on the legacy.
Yeah.
And the guys that were there years ago still follow us and know that we do the same thing.
You got 2 more years left of running. Being a sophomore, what are some goals, or what are some things that you're learning from the juniors, from the seniors on this team to get better for next year and then your last season as a senior?
Leadership. You got to take leadership over these guys. Just being in the top 7, you kind of get looked up to by the lower class guys. And being an upperclassman, you kind of have to step up and take that role.
Goal for Saturday?
I would like to be in the top 5 again. And like to PR. If it's not with the weather, I still get to run there. It'll still be fun.
All right. Troy, thank you and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Coach, boys, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. And good luck on Saturday. All right. West Liberty-Salem boys cross country team and their head coach, Mike Loudon, will take one final break, talk to the girls team and their head coach, Ann Vogel. That is next on Chalk Talk, live at PeakofOhioTV.com.
The weekend should be for relaxing, and that means no cooking. Check out what's hot at Ron's Pizza in Bell Fountain. On top of pizzas, they have subs, sandwiches, salads, and lots of sides like breadsticks, garlic cheese bread, pickle chips, beer battered onion rings, loaded fries, and more. Check out a specialty pizza this weekend. Ron's Pizza is ready to cook for you. Call 292-7775 or stop by and dine in on South Main Bell Fountain. See more and a menu online at Ron's Pizza's Facebook page.
Hello, Benjamin Logan community. I'm Deputy Rick Herring. Along with my colleagues, Deputies Matt Robinson and Neil Rhodes, I'm very excited to be a part of the new day here at Benjamin Logan. The 3 of us have been entrusted with helping keep your children safe, and it's a responsibility we all take seriously. The year is off to a great start, so let's keep it going. Be kind, be safe, and be proud to be a Raider.
Benjamin Logan, more than a school, a community.
Welcome back here one final time to Chalk Talk, live at PeakofOhioTV.com. I'm Tyler Avila, joined now with the girls team from West Liberty-Salem, their cross-country team, and their head coach, Ann Vogel. First off, congrats on making it to state again.
Thanks, Tyler, and thanks for having us. It was fun to be here.
You're welcome. It's fun talking to you and the girls and seeing you guys have a lot of success during the cross-country season. So let's talk about that regional race.
Sure.
You guys got edged out, unfortunately, by Fort Loramie for 1 point for that first place finish, but you guys were neck and neck. Talk about how things shook out.
I thought it was a great race. You know, they beat us by, I think, 14 the week before at district. I mean, it was a bigger race. The scoring's a little different, obviously, but we ran really well. I mean, we just fought to the finish, and so I was really proud of that race. I mean, they're the number 2 ranked team in the state, and to be that close to them speaks to this team's determination and their willingness to just fight every time they get a chance to get on the course.
And the one thing, when the last time we had you out, we were kind of talking about just being a young team and just getting them prepared, just kind of having them having a restful season, as you would say, because the calendar's right there.
Yeah,
and
there we are. So cute.
There wasn't a lot of meets on the season this year.
Right.
And it was very strategic in how you were doing it because you wanted to get this point. So you're at this point now. Would you say it was a successful way of planning for this?
I think so. I always second guess myself, but the way we performed at regional, I think it was. I think just like you said, being a young team, that it helped us out, just not racing every weekend and,
right, yeah.
and trying to keep this group healthy, which physically we're healthy right now. As far as our bodies, we might be sniffling and snorting and coughing, but way better than last week. Way better than last week. But so yeah, I think it was definitely a benefit for our team this year.
Yeah, you told me on Sunday when we talked and planning your guys' appearance here on the show, sickness really ran through the school.
So. We had 216 kids out on Wednesday of our whole school, K through 12, 216. So that's like 2 full classes. I mean, if we average, I don't know, 90 a class, that's probably a little high on the average, maybe not, but that's, that's like 2 full classes. There's a lot of kids were out. Yeah, we had 2 girls that were in the ER last week. We were one of them wasn't on our varsity squad, but Asher's sister Anna and Tegan, she spent Saturday in the ER instead of running at regional. But yeah, we had the crud for sure.
Oh yeah, it sounds like
that's not an excuse. We're not talking about that.
Right.
We were sick. We were sick.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, nonetheless, the girls still ran a great race. I mean, Ashley and Malia had a top 10 finish, 6th and 7th, respectively. What can you say about their performance?
They tried a little different strategy and got out a little faster than what they normally do and tried to latch on to some of those front runners, and I think it really helped them. Different race on Saturday. I don't know if that's going to be our strategy, especially with the heat, but not that it's going to be that hot, but when it's 68 in November.
Yeah,
it's pretty warm for a state meet. I can remember wearing like 6 layers not too long ago.
Yeah, well, what's it like? I mean, this weather this year has just been absolutely weird, especially this fall and now in November. It's great weather for running. So how are you preparing them for such beautiful weather this weekend?
I mean, just obviously doing those little things like hydrating, eating right, but racing smart. You don't want to. I mean, kids traditionally at the state meet, you're going to have those teams that go out and just are crazy fast at the beginning and die off, and so we want to be prepared for that and be prepared for the heat because it doesn't sound that hot, but when you're not, and even this week, like today we had our workout and I was wishing it would be just warmer, so we were kind of used to it. It was 61 and no wind and no sun, but so just mentally and just knowing that we've got to commit to that middle half of the race and push through that when it gets tough.
Who would you say would be your guys' biggest competition? Would it be Fort Loramie or somebody else?
We're not even talking about the other teams. So first of all, D3 girls this year, it is the best I've seen it ever. I mean, Minster's the cream of the crop, but Fort Loramie, you've got Liberty Center, Colonel Crawford, Patrick Henry, and us. But those in Madeira, throw Madeira in that mix, so many equal, just a lot, great packs, great strength. So really, it could be anyone's ball game. So we're not really looking towards like a certain team for competition. We're really focused inward and just trying to have the best race we can have as a team on Saturday. And if we do that, I think it'll be a good outcome.
So I got one more final question for you, Coach, before we turn it over to the girls. So it's the 7th consecutive state berth for the West Liberty-Salem Lady Tigers. That is pretty amazing. What's led to this success? What's led to this 7 straight years?
A love for our sport. And this team, they're acting cute and shy right now, but
because the camera right there.
There's definitely a the teams that went, even like our two, when we went 4 years in a row, 9 through 12 or whatever, there's this commitment to each other and commitment, and there's a purpose to what we do, and they buy into the program, they buy into the hard work. Our attendance this summer for conditioning, which wasn't mandatory, was amazing. I mean, girls would miss for vacation, which I want them to go on vacation, but there's a commitment that it's hard to come by. But they've bought in, and they respect the runners that came before them, and I think they want to make their own mark on the program as well.
Oh, for sure, and they're doing it right now.
They sure are.
All right. You got a big group. We probably won't be able to get to all, but who wants to talk? Who wants to be on the show? Don't everybody jump at once now.
Addie's going to. She's really good.
All right, Addie, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. All right, can you hear me good? Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. So, I think you were on the last time I had you girls out.
I believe so, yes.
So, from that last time to now, talk about your season. Talk about the races you ran and just where you are now as you prepare for the state meet.
The season's been going really well. I've liked having less meets. I think it's given us time to, rest and get together as a team, and I like having those extra practices where we can bond. And,
yeah.
We've definitely improved. We had our freshman Malia. She made a huge jump this season, and nobody saw it coming, so that was really exciting.
Yeah, I know she had a really great race, finishing in the top 10 there with Ashley. So just seeing your teammates excel and get better throughout the season, what does that mean to you to be a part of that and to witness it?
It's really exciting, and it's inspiring, too, because when everybody's excelling and everybody's doing well and working hard, it makes me want to work hard and get better, and it's a challenge, definitely.
Oh, for sure. So you talked about the schedule this year, the meet schedule, and how that's helped you girls rest and bond more. Is that something that you're going to want Coach Vogel to continue to do? Because it seemed like it worked. It was kind of her strategy this year to have less meets, let they're young, let's not put a lot on their bodies, and see where it goes. Well, 7 consecutive trips to state. So do you enjoy the schedule and want it to continue, or do you want to veto it?
I like the schedule, and obviously if our coach thinks it works, then it's definitely a good thing, and I trust her judgment. So
That is fair. She's been doing this for a very long time, and she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. Speaking of that, just having a coach like her, what's it like?
She knows a lot. She spends a lot of time on us, and she does research, and she's still taking classes for us. So it's nice to have that knowledge base, and she's been doing it for forever, so she also has her own knowledge that she's gained. So it's definitely something that I enjoy having that a lot of people don't get to have, so take advantage of that.
That is true. So not only are you girls going to be running, but the boys there are going to be at the state meet running as well. So what's it like seeing both cross-country teams make it this far?
I think we're all excited because we cheer each other on even though we go back and forth. Sometimes teasing each other, but it's nice to have the boys there because they've been there every meet, so kind of with consistency and
for sure, and the chance of taking home 2 state titles.
Yeah.
All right, Addie, thank you.
Thanks.
Who's next? Malia? Malia, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am doing all right. So freshman, right?
Yeah.
All right, so is it everything you thought it was going to be, being a freshman, a part of this varsity team?
No, I wasn't really expecting to be on varsity, and I wasn't really looking forward to the year, but as it's gone on, I really love all my teammates, and it's been a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Let me make sure I heard this correctly. You said you weren't looking forward to the year?
Not really.
Why not?
I don't know. I was just nervous because it was another mile on the race, and I just didn't know if I had this stamina to do it, but after training and stuff, it's been a lot better than I thought it would be.
I get that. It's kind of scary going from 2 miles in middle school up to the 5K there at the high school level. Who maybe was it, Coach Vogel or one of your teammates that kind of helped you settle down once things started going and you started competing in the season?
I would say probably Tegan Boyd.
Tegan?
Yeah.
Why is that?
She's just always there for me, and I can talk to her when I need to, and she's just really funny and always makes me laugh if I need it.
So I want to talk about your regional race. You finished in the top 10 right behind Ashley. You were 7th overall. What was your race like? Break it down. How did you get to be in the top 10?
In the beginning, it was kind of difficult because I wasn't really sure where to run, and I kept tripping over on Ashley on accident, and we were fighting. I didn't mean farting. We were fighting the entire time for the position, and it was a little hard because the week before that I wasn't feeling the greatest, and it was just a rough meet in general. And this week I wasn't feeling the greatest either, but I really needed that race to get me ready for state this week, so I'm glad how it went down.
So what's it like being a part of this team, being a part of a state qualified team as a freshman?
It's really amazing, honestly. I wasn't expecting my freshman year to go this well, and I wasn't expecting all the teammates to be this nice and encouraging.
Well, everything that you've said in a sense of not expecting it, you should expect it because this team is probably top notch here in the area. Last thing, Malia, what are your goals? What would you like to take away once everything's said and done on Saturday?
I would really love to be on podium and just to push myself to get in the 18s, and I really would just love our team to get like third or second. I just think that'd be amazing.
All right, Malia, thanks for coming out and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, probably have time for about 2 more. Ashley, how are you?
Good.
Good. So, the lead tiger on this team, leading the charge. You. Oh, all right. Finished 6th at the regional race. Malia was right behind you. What's it like having someone in Malia to kind of challenge you during your races?
Oh. Is that good? Okay. I really like having Malia up with me because she helps push me, and it just always is helpful, like, when there's 2 people from the same team running against one person. It's kind of intimidating for the other person, so.
Oh, no, yeah, because you're that person from the other team, you're like, I got to be faster than these 2. Oh, goodness. Well, talk about the rise that Malia has had, though. What's it like seeing her just have this great season?
It's really exciting. She's definitely come a long way, and it's just really good that she can see like all the hard work she's been putting in and see how much she's improving.
Well, I know because she was saying earlier that she was very nervous for this year, wasn't really looking forward to it. So knowing that, I mean, you were a freshman once before. So how did you and the rest of the team help Malia and the rest of the freshmen kind of get acclimated to what high school cross country is and what this program's all about?
Well, we just talk about like how fun it can be and like all the good memories that we've had, and yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. You're junior?
Yes.
Okay, junior on the team, so you've been a part of these consecutive trips to state. What's it like just having now 7 trips in a row?
It's really exciting, and it's fun that I've been a part of 3 of them now. And I like that. I like the legacy that we have as a team.
No, you're fine. So I want to talk about the schedule, and then we'll look at Saturday. But we kind of talked about it the last time I had you girls on, in the sense of like it was a very less meets. There was a lot of less meets on the schedule this year, and coach's thought process was, it's a young team, let's kind of give them some time off in between some races and see how it goes, and hopefully we'll be here like you are now. So when that plan was somewhat introduced to you girls, what was your thought process, and now that you're here, what's your thought process on it now?
I was excited about it. I was a little nervous just because it's different, but I think it definitely paid off because we could just have more like rest, I guess.
So is this something you hope that it continues for the Lady Tigers, or do you think maybe adding another meet here and there along the way?
I like it. I think we should keep doing it. We were talking today about which meets we want to go to next year. There's a few that I would like to change, but for the most part, I really like the schedule.
Well, I'll keep that with you guys on what you want to change. But Saturday, coming up, state meet, Fortress Obets there in Columbus. What would you like to see happen, not only individually, but with the girls and the team, and just what would you like to take away as well?
I just want us all to have really good races that we're happy with and end on a good note. And I just want us to pack up and work together and be strong as a team.
All right, Ashley, thank you. All right, last but not least, Coach, who do we got? Say Gwen. 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 All right, Gwen, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. What grade are you in?
I'm a freshman.
Freshman. We got another freshman here on the team on Chalk Talk. So being a freshman, I know there's a lot of new things. It's a lot different than middle school cross country. So how was the adjustment for you this year?
I was kind of nervous to start out this season because I was like scared of nervous like how it was gonna start and like be, because like it's all like a jump from running 2 miles to like a 5K.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like nervous.
Looking at it, it looks like you placed in the top 25 at the regional meet. You were 23rd with a 20:52 time. Talk about your race and running in the regional meet for the first time.
I really liked it and I really enjoyed it. I was kind of nervous because I've been sick like that whole week and I wasn't at my strongest, but I still pushed through it the whole week and I was excited to go out there and try my hardest to beat through it.
So I kind of talked about it with Coach Vogel. Sickness kind of ran through the school. There were 216 total kids out. That's so mind-blowing to me, man.
Yeah.
But just kind of seeing that sickness hit the team a little bit, how did you prepare being under the weather to still run at a big-time meet?
Well, because of Ann, she helped me. She kept me up strong, and I was taking all my medicines just to stay strong to go to the meet and do good at the meet.
So running for the state, running in the state meet for the first time in your high school career, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to just our team doing as good as we can and ending on a good note with our team, because at the beginning of the season I was kind of nervous about how our team was going to go, but all of us kind of just clicked and it was so amazing.
So you said that you and the girls clicked at the beginning of the year. What led to that? How did everything come to be where you guys just are so close?
Well, it all kind of started at camp, I'd say. We all we were in our own rooms and stuff, and we all were together throughout the nights, and we kind of just hung out, and after that we all became inseparable.
Awesome. Just having that feeling of being inseparable and just having that bond, do you think that's helped you girls throughout this season to get to where you are now?
I definitely think that's helped us a lot because we're more comfortable with each other and we know how each other are. We can just push each other so easily because we know how we all are.
All right, Gwen, what's it like having a coach like Coach Vogel?
It's amazing. I love her so much as a coach.
What's just the aura around her and just the legacy that she's built? I mean, being here for so long, just having what's the term I want to use? A legend per se as a coach. What's it like in the sense just knowing just the reputation she has?
I think that she's put in so much work for each and every one of us, and she's just helped all of us just become a better runner and a better athlete.
Gwen, thank you for your time and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, let's get the headset one last time to Coach. The girls are running at Fortress Obetz, right? That's how you say it, Obetz?
Obetz.
Obetz.
Well, I'm not from there, but I think it's Obetz.
All right. Well, it's at 11:45 is when the Lady Tigers will run. What would you like to see? I mean, I know you want to see them do well, but just overall, with the year you girls have had, what would you like to see them take away at the end of Saturday?
Just when the race is done, to be able to reflect on the hard work that they put in all season, the friendships they've made. Some of these guys were not friends. We didn't know each other very well before the season started, and what they accomplished together as a team. That's the things you reflect on at the end. It's not necessarily the wins or the losses, and I think that would be the big takeaway at the end, that what they've accomplished, because I think they accomplished more than I thought they would, and I think they probably feel the same way. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Coach, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having us,
You're
Tyler.
welcome, and good luck on Saturday.
All right, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Coach Vogel and the West Liberty-Salem girls cross country team here on Chalk Talk. That'll do it for us here tonight at Ron's Pizza. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to everybody here at Ron's, to Gary fixing everything with the audio issue that we were having. We do apologize for that, and we'll catch you back here next week on Chalk Talk. Let's see, we got next week, and then the week after, then we're off for a week because of Thanksgiving. So we got 2 weeks left before our little holiday break. Gary's happy about that. But again, thanks for tuning in, and have a good night, and we'll catch you next week.
Hello, Benjamin Logan community. I'm Deputy Rick Herring. Along with my colleagues, Deputies Matt Robinson and Neil Rhodes, I'm very excited to be a part of the new day here at Benjamin Logan. The three of us have been entrusted with helping keep your children safe, and it's a responsibility we all take seriously. The year is off to a great start, so let's keep it going. Be kind, be safe, and be proud to be a Raider.
Benjamin Logan, more than a school, a community.
The weekend should be for relaxing, and that means no cooking. Check out what's hot at Ron's Pizza in Bell Fountain. On top of pizzas, they have subs, sandwiches, salads, and lots of sides like breadsticks, garlic cheese bread, pickle chips, beer battered onion rings, loaded fries, and more. Check out a specialty pizza this weekend. Ron's Pizza is ready to cook for you. Call 292-7775 or stop by and dine in on South Main Bell Fountain. See more and a menu online at Ron's Pizza's Facebook page.